Good morning. This is your presenter raj Mainali. Dear students and viewers, welcome to distance learning program at TV Kalika, managed by Bharatpur Metro PABSON. So today we'll be discussing conditional sentences under grammar topic, grade 10 English. So no delay, let's have a look on the slides. Welcome to distance education. Grade 10 English. So today's topic is conditional sentences. So in our last class we discussed some guided writings. Today the topic is from grammar portion. Conditional sentences. So the topic is clear itself. Condition. In conditional sentences you may find certain conditions. Okay. So what do you mean by conditional sentences? At least you should have some basic knowledge about conditional sentences. Generally we apply rules in examination, okay, but what is the everyday use? What is the everyday language use of certain such sentences? See, it gives certain conditions. Conditional sentences are statements so discussing known factors or hypothetical situations and their consequences, right? Some known factors or imaginary situations and their result. We use such sentences in our everyday use of language. So conditional sentences contain a conditional clause, we call it if clause, and the consequence means result. Okay. So it's of two clauses. It's been divided in two parts, two clauses, let's say. If clause, often referred as conditional clause, and the next one is main clause. Let's say the consequence or the result we find in main clause, right? So let's consider the following examples or sentences. If a certain condition is true, these are some instances of conditional sentences. If a certain condition is true, then a particular result happens. One example, I would travel around the world if I won the lottery. If water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. So these are just some examples of conditional sentences. So about its structure, let's have a view to another slide. So before we move to that, types of conditional sentences: zero conditional, type 1 or first conditional sentence, type 2 or let's say second conditional, type 3 or third conditional sentences. Generally it's been divided in 4 types, right? You can see here. Conditional sentences have two parts, if clause and main clause. See, this structure, a conditional sentence is composed of two parts, if clause and main clause. Example, if it rains tomorrow, we won't come. See, so it's been divided in two different clauses. If clause you can see, which is separated by comma, and that clause or that part which consists of if, we call it if clause. And next, the rest one is main clause. Okay? If main clause is placed before in the beginning, no use of comma. You can even place this way, we won't come if it rains tomorrow. If you place main clause first, don't use comma, right, though the meaning is same. Okay. See the structure. This is zero conditional or the zero type, let us say zero conditional type. So, what is the structure? What condition is there? In if clause, you should use simple present tense, first form of verb or the fifth form of verb, and in main clause, in the consequence part, in the result part, the tense is same, no simple future, because this is zero conditional. And you know the use of zero conditional is general truth, scientific facts, or situation in which one thing always causes another. Okay? Real and factual situations, that condition we use zero condition. So, let us have a look at some examples. If you heat water at 100 degrees Celsius, under if clause you can see this structure. If you heat water at 100 degrees Celsius, and in main clause again the same simple present tense is used, it boils. Please do not use it will boil, do not use that. Okay? If you stand in the rain, you get wet. So, general truth, some factual things, okay, and real and factual situations. So, such type of sentences, they lie under zero conditionals, right. If you drop an egg, it breaks, factual thing, right. Okay. Let us move to first type. So, before we move to first conditional, let us have an example of this zero conditional. Please give a try. If you cut your finger, eat dot dot. This is based on the condition that we have just discussed, zero conditional, right. If you cut your finger, eat dot dot, right. This is factual thing. So, in both clauses, if clause as well as main clause, simple present tense is used, right. Okay. Will bleed, bleeds, blade, had blade. So, what is the correct answer? So, in zero conditional in both clauses you should use simple present tense verb 1 or verb 5. So, it third person pronoun, it takes singular verb, verb 5. So, what is the right answer? Second option is the right answer. Okay? Yes. Now, let us move to first conditional. First conditional, you can have a look on your TV screen. In if clause, simple present tense is used, verb 1 or verb 5. In main clause, shall, will, can, may, must and infinitive. Okay, verb 1. In if clause, verb 1 or verb 5, simple present, whereas in main clause, shall, will, can, may, must and verb 1, right. So, the use is, its use is a possible situation in the future, predicting a likely result in the future. It is used for future real factual situations. For example, if it rains, we will cancel the trip. See, in if clause, verb 1 or verb 5, general situations, and the consequence part are the main clause, will plus verb 1, will cancel, right. Okay. Second example, if you study and the consequence part are the main clause, you will pass the exam. Okay. Verb 1 is there and will plus verb 1 in main clause, right. Okay. So, let us give a try to one exercise. If it rains, I dot dot. The options are won't come, wouldn't have come, don't come. See, this is the general situations, first conditional type. So, in conditional clause, I mean if clause, if there is simple present tense, in main clause or the consequence part, or let us say the main clause, you should use shall, will, can, may, must plus verb 1, right. So, which one is the right option? Please give a try. Okay. Won't come, will plus verb 1. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Similarly, the third rule, I mean second conditional. Second conditional, simple past tense is used, verb 2 in conditional clause, in if clause, whereas in result or consequential clause or main clause, should, would, could, might plus verb 1 is used. Okay. And it is hypothetical or unlikely situations. You can call it unreal and impossible situation now or in the future. Okay. Let us have a glance to these examples. If I won a lottery, I could go for the world tour. So, in simple if clause, that the use of simple past, verb 2. So, in main clause, could plus verb 1 has been used, right. Similarly, second example, if they sold their land, they would make a good profit of it. In if clause, there is the use of simple past or verb 2. So, in result or in consequential part or main clause, let us say, would plus verb 1 has been used. you can see on your screen. One more example, if I were a bird, and generally here in conditional sentences with any subject, first person pronoun, second person, third person, where the verb where is used, not was, where is used in such situation, right. This is a hypothetical or unreal, impossible. If I were a bird, I would fly, right. Okay. So, we even discussed second conditional type. Now, please give a try to this question. If I dot, this is in interrogation, second clause is in interrogation. Would you help me? Okay. If I dot, would you help me? See, in main clause, what sort of verb has been used? Would plus verb 1, would plus verb 1. Okay. So, in if clause, what are you supposed to feel? Of course, simple past verb 2, right. Okay. So, which option has the simple past tense or verb 2? Option C, asked. If I asked, would you help me? Okay. This is of type 2 or second conditional, right. Okay. And the last one, third conditional type, and the condition is, I mean, you have to use past perfect tense in conditional clause, in if clause, okay. Past perfect had plus verb 3, and in the consequential clause, I mean main clause, should, would, could, might, have plus verb 3. Should, would, could, might, have plus verb 3. Okay. Had plus verb 3, here should, would, could, might, and have plus third form of verb. Okay. You can see some examples on your screen. Had I left earlier, had I left earlier means if I had left earlier, if is hidden there. This way also it is written, even it can be written as if I had left earlier or had I left earlier, okay, the meaning is same. Had I left earlier, I the train. Can cats, could have caught. So, of course, could have caught. Why? Because there is the use of past perfect tense in if clause, right, had plus verb 3. So, in result, I mean main clause, could have plus verb 3 or would have plus verb 3 or might have plus verb 3. Okay. See second example, had I not been sick, I would have joined the party. Okay. So, there is also past perfect tense, had plus verb 3. Had plus verb 3. Okay. Last example, had she worked hard, she might have scored A plus, had plus verb 3, right. You can see here had plus verb 3, past perfect. So, in the consequential clause or main clause, might have plus verb 3. Had she worked hard, she might have scored A plus. and generally it is used to explain that present circumstances would be different if something different had happened in the past, or even while expressing regret or unreal past or some imaginary situations, we use this third conditional type. Okay. So, let us have an example, let us give a try. Okay. Had you gone there, you the CEO. See, in if clause or conditional clause, what tense has been used? What sort of tense has been used? Of course, past perfect, had plus verb 3, had gone. So, in main clause or consequential clause, you are supposed to use might have, should have, could have, would have plus verb 3. Okay? See, can meet, could have met, had met. Past perfect tense has been used in if clause. So, could have verb 3 in main clause, right. Could have met. Okay, more exercises. Okay, please give a try. We have done with the rules and structure with examples, right. So, more examples we have here, please give a try. A kind of classroom activities. Okay, the question is on your screen. They could have done it if they. So, in if clause you are supposed to fill the verb. In main clause it has been given could have plus verb 3. So, what are you supposed to fill there? Of course, past perfect had plus verb 3. See, try, tried, had tried, tries. Okay, past perfect had tried, because in main clause you can see could have plus verb 3. Okay, next question. What would you do if you the teacher? And options are will be, was, were. These are second conditional type 2. If past tense is used in if clause or conditional clause, we have to use should, would, could, might plus verb 1. Okay. So, you are supposed to fill the verb in if clause. What would you do? Would plus verb 1 is given in main clause. So, here where verb 2, right. Okay. A good try. Now, next, if you are my true friend, you would me in need. In if clause there is simple present tense are, right. So, in main clause shall, will, can, may, must plus verb 1. Please try it. Help, would help, will help, would have helped, will help. Okay. This is first conditional type 1. Okay, next, if he dot he will get there in time. Run, ran, had run, runs. If he dot, he will get there in time. Run, ran, had run, runs. See, in main clause what is there? Will plus verb 1. In if clause you are supposed to fill verb 1 or verb 5, okay, according to the subject. So, third person pronoun is there, singular subject. So, singular verb, what is that? Runs. If you want to pass the exam, dot hard. Work hard, will work hard, would work hard, worked hard. Work hard. Okay. So, thank you for being with me in today's English class 8 TB Kalika on distance learning program managed by Bharatpur Metro PABSON. Keep learning, stay safe, have a good day, bye bye, see you tomorrow at the same time.